Once upon a time in a faraway land, there lived a kind and gentle princess with a beautiful white horse that had golden hair as soft as silk. She loved to ride her horse through the rolling hills and green forests that surrounded her kingdom. One sunny afternoon, she decided to go on a horseback ride with her cousin, who had a white horse with black hair as shiny as coal. The two cousins rode their horses through the forest, chatting and laughing together, enjoying the warm sunshine and the sweet songs of the birds. As they rode deeper into the forest, they came across an old, abandoned castle hidden behind tall trees and thick vines. The castle looked mysterious and a little scary, but the princess and her cousin were curious about what could be inside. "Look, a castle!" exclaimed the princess, her eyes wide with wonder. "I've never seen it before. Do you think we should go in?" she asked her cousin, who nodded eagerly. The two cousins tied their horses to a tree and carefully made their way inside the castle. As they walked through the empty halls, they heard strange noises and felt like they were being watched. Suddenly, they heard a faint whispering in the wind. "Malva, the wicked witch, dwells within these walls," it seemed to say. The princess and her cousin looked at each other nervously, but they didn't want to run away. They wanted to be brave like the kingdom's warriors who protected their land. Just then, they heard footsteps coming from the next room. The princess and her cousin hid behind a thick curtain, holding their breath. A tall, slender woman with long black hair and piercing green eyes walked into the room. It was Malva, the wicked witch. She looked around the room, muttering to herself, and seemed to be searching for something. "Who are you?" the princess asked bravely, stepping out from behind the curtain. Malva turned around, startled, and her eyes narrowed. "Ah, two little princesses," she cackled. "I've been waiting for you. You're just in time to help me with my next spell." The princess and her cousin knew they had to be careful. They didn't want to fall into Malva's trap, so they came up with a plan. "We'll only help you if you show us your magic," said the princess cousin. Malva laughed, a wicked glint in her eye. "Very well, my dear. But if you try to trick me, you'll regret it." Malva waved her hand, and a puff of smoke appeared. When the smoke cleared, a beautiful garden filled with flowers and trees appeared before them. The princess and her cousin gasped in wonder, but they knew they couldn't let their guard down. They had to think of a way to catch Malva and put an end to her wicked ways. Just then, the princess had an idea. She whispered to her cousin, "Let's call for help. We can't do this alone." Her cousin nodded, and together they shouted for the kingdom's brave warriors to come and save the day. The warriors arrived just in time, and together they were able to capture Malva and put an end to her wicked spells. The princess and her cousin were hailed as heroes, and they rode their horses back home, feeling proud and happy. From that day on, they knew that they could face any challenge as long as they had each other and the bravery of the kingdom's warriors.